Hey guys, thanks for tuning into our channel. I'm Tom Hernandez.
I'm Matt Hernandez.
And today we're going to talk about where to live in the San Fernando Valley, and we're going to be highlighting what, Matt?
Sherman Oaks.
Sherman Oaks. Make sure you watch the whole thing through because we got some great information for you. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Tom Hernandez. I'm here with Matt Hernandez, and thank you for viewing into our channel today at Living in the San Fernando Valley. Today, Matt, we are talking about a city in the San Fernando Valley called Sherman Oaks. So what you're going to learn today is the ins and outs of Sherman Oaks and everything from working, eating, to sleeping in the San Fernando Valley. Hey, if you guys are looking to relocate over here to LA or the San Fernando Valley, please make sure to reach out to us. We're constantly getting contacted from people outside of LA that are thinking to move out here, and we're so honored to be able to help them and work on their journey to living and building wealth in the Los Angeles and in the San Fernando Valley. Right, Matt?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, Matt and I are a father and son team. We're a family-run business. I've been in the industry over 25 years. Matt's got about 5 years under his belt, so we're really here, happy to help you. All right, Matt, let's dive into this. So today we're talking about Sherman Oaks. Let me share my screen with everybody so we can kind of take a look at that and talk a little bit more about that. So, you know, one of the things I think we should talk about when moving into the San Fernando Valley, and especially Sherman Oaks, is kind of where it's geographically located, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I agree. Centrally located. It's right. I don't want to say the heart, but really, it's really one of the hearts as far as just walkability and just its overall convenience of location. I would, definitely say that Sherman Oaks got that on lock.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it where it is placed in the San Fernando Valley as a whole, you can kind of see it's in the central part of the San Fernando Valley right here, which you can see we've got the 405 freeway, the 170, the 101. You know, the 101 drops right into Hollywood, and the 405 brings you right into that West LA area. And as we zoom in, you know, you've got these great canyons that'll bring you right into downtown Beverly Hills and into the flats of Hollywood as well. So I think when you look at people that are relocating into LA and they want to be just out in the suburbs, so to speak, San Fernando Valley, Sherman Oaks is definitely one of the hot spots to be at, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. It's one of our most popular cities. Had songs and movies all dedicated to the infamous Ventura Boulevard and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead. Let's gear right into schools.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I mean, tell me what you know about these schools that we've got here. Obviously, there's this one here, Buckley, yeah?
Yeah, I mean Buckley. That's a private high school. That's a little more pristine, I would say. You'll see a lot of the movie stars, kids, things of that nature.
Yeah,
People in the industry. That's where Buckley is known for. You
yeah.
also have another private school nearby, a little bit more for the working class, I would say,
Oh,
is
over
going to be
here,
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, yeah.
Definitely a great school. I went to Alamany, which was, over in Mission Hills. They were in our league,
Yeah,
so definitely great school. I'm very familiar with it.
yeah. And then some great rivalries going on over there.
Yeah, we got also Sherman Oaks Charter School, Kester Elementary,
Yep,
Chandler Elementary,
yep.
Riverside, Milliken. Milliken's a middle school, so got a lot of those schools nearby. So for family moving in, there's plenty of schools to choose from in that particular neck of the woods.
Yep, yep. I know Kester Elementary is a big draw for a lot of families when they're looking to move in and they want to be in a good school district. You know, we try to get them in this part of Sherman Oaks because we know that they can go to school there and not necessarily have to pay for some of the private schools that they may be looking for in high school, which is kind of common here. I think high schools, people are definitely going to Notre Dame or if you're in that realm of Buckley, you're heading there too. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. What about some housing in these areas? You know, new construction versus older. I know most of these homes were built in the late 50s, so they're those old post-war ranch style houses that were either 3-bedroom, 2-bath, or 2-bedroom, 1-bath. That's kind of been expanded over the years. But you're familiar with some new construction stuff going on in here, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, the great thing about Sherman Oaks is the desirability of it. It's got a lot of newer construction properties that are being, recently developed. So you'll find a good mixture of like the homes that you said, the ranch style, mid-century moderns, and you also drive down and you'll turn down a street and you'll see these brand new, beautiful, either condos that have been newly built and developed, as well as a lot of I know you call them McMansions, where they're
Yeah.
these two-level, beautiful Cape Cod style, really sleek, modern. So Sherman Oaks has a great mixture of both, I would say.
And that kind of leads to prices there, a big diversity in prices. I mean, you can have a $2 million house next to a $900,000 house. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I think obviously the residents, like that these newer homes because obviously it brings up the value. But yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You'll see, an original two-bed, one home, one bath home, 900 square feet, and then right next door you got a two level, 23,000 square foot home that's going for, 1.6 million. So yeah, you see a lot of that.
Yeah. 2,300 square feet, not 23,000.
Oh, 23. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it. Hey, that's being live on camera. I love it. Right.
Yeah.
So, what about values versus some of these other areas? Because if I pan out a little bit, I mean, we've got Studio City right here. We've got Encino right here. They're just as kind of the popular areas to be in the south part of the San Fernando Valley. I mean, if we look up here, this is the north part, this is
Mhm.
our central part, and then this is going to be our south part. And today, obviously, we're talking with Sherman Oaks in the south part of the valley. What about these Sherman Oaks compared to Studio City or Encino?
Well,
What are the values that you
I mean,
noticed?
I know for Sherman Oaks, right now you're seeing about 1.2 million for a single family home. And if you go into, more of the condo range, you're looking at about 469. Now,
Gotcha.
if we pop over to Studio City, you'll see they're about 1.1, but I think that those are the outliers. Really, the bulk of the single family homes are going to be about 1.4 to 1.9 million.
Wow,
Um,
wow. So this area, I mean, because if you kind of look at Studio City, it's a little smaller. I mean, it's got this area here that bleeds into the Hollywood Hills, but I think maybe that might have to do with why the values are so much stronger over there. Yeah,
yeah, I would definitely agree.
yeah.
You'd
And then how
also
about
be
into Encino?
to Encino, you're more looking 775 for single family homes, and you're going about 375 for condos, townhomes, things of that nature.
Because the condos over here only really kind of outlier right in this little area over here.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
that.
think, yeah.
Mhm.
Gotcha. And what getting back to Sherman Oaks, I mean, we know that this kind of area of Sherman Oaks between Burbank to Oxnard was changed in the last years. I mean, this used to be Van Nuys, and what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so that is, I guess, what you consider the new Sherman Oaks.
The new Sherman Oaks?
It used to go to Magnolia. Um, I, I don't know if you're highlighting it, but that
Oh,
was
okay.
that was
Yeah,
really the
right here.
original part of Sherman Oaks. And over the course of, as the years gone on, it just seems like it's climbing a little bit more north. And it's really, I mean, it's really great as in that those areas have really seen a lot of growth and value. They're gentrifying a lot. So, being in that area, it was considered Van Nuys, but now it's considered Sherman Oaks now. And, you're seeing a lot of growth in those areas.
Gotcha. So as a real estate agent, when we're out showing properties, it's really important to educate our clients, right, about knowing that, hey, you're in Sherman Oaks, but this is a newer part of Sherman Oaks versus
Exactly.
this older part of Sherman Oaks, which was originally south of Magnolia.
Correct. Yeah, definitely knowing that, you know, um, anything more closer south to Ventura Boulevard is always going to be ideal.
Yeah.
Most people, want to only be south of the boulevard. So as close as you can get, I would say, you did a good job.
Yeah. So, and now you kind of led into a great question there too of Ventura Boulevard kind of being, um, I don't know how do they say it? Everybody says I want to be SOB, I want to be
Yeah.
south of the boulevard. Is there a big difference between south of the boulevard and north of the boulevard?
In price range, yes.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
price
right.
range, yes. Kind of like you said, you get up in the hills, closer to, the Beverly Hills area, the prices and the homes they really increase in value. I mean, you can get a home up there and what the, 2 million, kind
Yeah.
of an entry level price. I like, me preferably, I do like homes on the north side of Ventura Boulevard. You get a nice lot, flat land. And a lot of times when you get south of the boulevard, it gets hilly, and sometimes majority of your land is hillside.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Definitely you hear people say, I want to live in the flats.
yeah.
And then there are those that want to live up in these little canyon areas, which are beautiful, very woodsy, tucked in, nice views. I mean, if I pan out a little bit, Mulholland Drive seems to be the boundary line. So
Hmm.
these homes would be looking north out onto the San Fernando Valley, where these homes in Beverly Hills are looking out into LA, Santa Monica, and that area out that way. So you kind of get a big picture of what that is. But really, it's just the other side of the hill for Sherman Oaks and stuff like that. And there are those that, like you said, like the flats, like yourself, and then there's those ones that are there. But one of the things that we talked about earlier was these streets here, like Dickens and what is this street here, Greenleaf and
Hmm.
Valley Vista. I mean, on these couple of streets that are right here, there are a lot of apartments and condo mixtures. So it's great for people that are relocating into LA, but they want the walkability to all these little restaurants that we've highlighted on there as well. So they can come in here and not necessarily buy something, but they want to get the lay of the land, so to speak. And these got some great spots in there, right, Matt?
Yeah, I completely agree. I couldn't have said it any better. I mean, you have highlighted some of the spots that we go to on a daily basis. I see Blue Jam, Marmalade. There's local, bar, and I want to say that Sherman Oaks actually does have one of the best nightlifes. We have Sherman Oaks has some of the best bars, taverns,
Pubs.
pubs, down to cafes,
Yeah.
froyo, things of that nature. Even if you want to, dress up, there's fancy restaurants, and there's also casual stuff. So it has a really great mixture, all in what you're showing right here, just along the Ventura Boulevard.
I think, like for me, Blue Jam, great breakfast spot, great place to go. Marmalade, just a boutique place. And then, man, I want some burgers and fries. We can head over to Mel's Drive-In and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
all these are all on the Boulevard Crave. And look at In-N-Out Burger. I mean, come
Yeah.
on. What's funny is there's a lot of people that say when people land in LA, the first place they go is In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah.
And I had been there with a friend of mine. He was telling me the story, and two people from right and left of me were all, yeah, we just landed here like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how In-N-Out Burger is such a big draw. And if you're living in Sherman Oaks and you're from outside of LA, I mean, man, you're great walkability in there as well. And
Yeah.
that kind of brings us into some of the restaurants that are right in here and stuff like that. The Blue Dog Tavern that's over here,
Hmm.
and entertainment with the ArcLight Cinema and the Sherman Oaks Galleria, right? We've actually
Yeah.
got two gallerias or two malls right here in Sherman Oaks, right? We've got
Hmm.
that one, and then we've got the Westfield.
Westfield. Yeah, Westfield.
Yeah. So, I mean, two great malls right here for shopping and stuff like that. What about my favorite place over here, Matt?
M Street Coffee. Yeah. Always a classic. Always a
Yeah,
classic. Yeah.
man, they do a nitro cold brew that'll definitely get your eyes open in the morning and make you want to walk to work.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Definitely.
Good stuff in there. So, we're talked about some restaurants. We've talking about walkability. We're talking about apartments and places to rent, all right here, being in that central part of Ventura Boulevard as well. We've talked about North Ventura versus South of Ventura. Man, we've talked about schools. What about some sports? What do we got going on here?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of things for activity. I would say there's hiking. There's all types of gyms. I know that's a little taboo with COVID going on, but there's CrossFit gyms. There's bike paths, parks nearby. I know that there's the Van Nuys Sherman Oaks Recreation Center that's right there. There's all types. I think there's even the mini golf over there, Castle Park.
Yep.
Things like that. So there's tons of things and activities and to do in Sherman Oaks as well.
Yeah, this Van Nuys Sherman Oaks Recreation Park. Man, head over there at 4 or 5 o'clock on a weeknight. and everybody's walking around the baseball diamonds and stuff like that, and soccer games. In fact, they got a great professional looking soccer field out there. That's pretty good as well.
They do.
That's really nice. And like you said, there's some great trails right around here with Franklin Canyon and the Fossil Ridge Park and stuff like that that are all good stuff. And don't forget about the wildlife area that's over here. So, I mean, when you look at Sherman Oaks in an overall, I mean, it's kind of got everything you need in one small little condensed space there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really great. I mean, if you kind of zoom out, why don't you zoom out, I mean, you can get to Santa Monica, you can get to Santa Monica, what, 20, 30 minutes? You can get over to Malibu.
Yeah.
There's plenty, to do. You can see the Getty. Look, there's even the Getty right there off the 405. There's so
Yeah.
much, there's so many things, and everything's so close that it's really, it's really truly a great, city, a great little nook in the valley to be in.
Yeah. So if we were just to recap for everybody, schools are good, some good private schools, some great public schools. There's a great mixture of new construction versus old construction. So we've got pretty much everything for what everybody's looking for. Median home prices seem to jump about $100,000 as you move from Encino to Sherman Oaks.
Correct. Yeah, left to right.
Now we are in a shortage of inventory, so this market could change, right, Matt?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely agree. We've got the north of Ventura, the SOBs, the south of the Boulevarders and the north of the Boulevarders. and we've even got the north of Burbankers and the south of Burbankers as well, right?
Correct.
All right, guys, I think that'll wrap it up for today, Matt. Any closing thoughts that you wanted to share?
No, I think we covered a great, really great thing on Sherman Oaks here. I think we covered a lot of bases.
Good. So just a quick reminder, hey, make sure if you thought the stuff was valuable to hit the like button down below. Make sure you hit the little bell to get notified on our future videos that we go. And of course, if you are thinking about moving to the San Fernando Valley or anywhere in LA, you got a great, amazing father and son team here with over 25 years of experience to help you in the process. I've got a background in escrow financing and in sales. So I don't think you'll find a more sharper team than you and me, Matt. And let's say goodbye to everybody.
See you later, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.